multiple business owner, small town girl, all the things, but a mother of 9 fucking children.
Yeah, I didn't give birth to them all, thank God.
You had something like 6 staff in your home salon, is that right?
Yeah, by the end I did.
What was the catalyst for going into like a new, bigger space?
So
You employ how many people now?
I reckon I've got about 25 at the minute, but I need more. I've got a business brain, yeah? I look at everything from a business perspective. I think once you are a business person, that happens. It's actually sickening. You can't enjoy life because you're like, oh, I turned that into a business. So today, 6 months ago, my partner passed away. I think what happens is you go into shock. I've never lost anyone really before. I lost my grandparents. That's it. That's all I'd lost.
See, I've had death around me my whole life. I mean, the reason I'm getting really teary right now is because, like, do you ever feel like you're juggling a million things and none of them are getting you to your best? You're building something, raising humans, trying to heal from your own stuff and wondering, how the fuck does anyone get through this without falling apart? If that sounds like you, this episode is going to hit different. Today, I'm talking with the absolutely incredibly strong, amazing, gorgeous, smart, hardworking Prue Taylor. She is a salon owner, hair educator, mum of 9, and someone who's been through the biggest of breakdowns, the really big traumas, but most of all, the best kind of breakthroughs. This podcast is being recorded on Gubby Gubby land. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this land, our country, and elders past and present. I am Cait Muir, and thank you for tuning in to Tell Me About a Podcast this week. I am sitting down with one of the most badass epic women I've ever met in my entire life, and her name is Prue fucking Taylor.
Woohoo! What an introduction.
That goes wild. Prue and I met a million years ago. It would have been almost 10 years ago, I think. We met online.
Yep,
like any great relationship start. And then we met in person eventually. And then you became one of my first clients ever. And I just love you. And it's been a really beautiful love story.
I was a fangirl.
I was a fangirl of you.
Yeah, because we were in this secret salon society group. Yes. And you would post your, I remember it was Christmas week and you posted your takings. And I was like, what? You can do 10 grand in one day?
Just a girl from Geelong.
I'm going to do that. You need to teach me.
100%. I think it was there was so many cool people in that group. I feel like it was really kind of warm, and you just don't throw away from me. You were just up the road. You were in Melton. I was in Geelong.
Yeah. I miss that group.
Oh, I know. The people were fucking awesome. It was a good time. It was a good time. Now we're all just busy and doing other things. And
yeah, I know. It's good to see. It's good to see what everyone's doing.
I agree. And you are doing the most out of everyone, if I've got to say so. And I guess
sometimes
not only multiple business owner, small town girl, all the things, but a mother of 9 fucking children.
Yeah, I didn't give birth to them all, thank God. I couldn't have done that. I just inherit them.
Yes.
They come along on my journey and they stick with me.
Well, I mean, what's one more?
That's what I think. The other day I was actually like, maybe I should start fostering. And someone said to me, no, Prue, I think you've got enough. And I was like, I could have another baby. I think that'd be fine. The babies are fine.
I feel like once you've got more than a basketball team, one more will just kind of blend.
Yeah. And Bentley's good now. I'm like, Bentley, put the kids in the car.
Well, today we're going to be talking about building a business from the ground up, navigating her massive household of 9 kids, grief, healing, and why breathwork might just change your life. But Prue all round is, like I said, a mother of 700 kids. She is a hairdressing educator and she is a multiple salon owner. She has been running her salons for 15 years and building them literally from the garage up.
Mm-hmm.
Take me back
literally
there.
From the garage.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually talking to one of my team about it yesterday. I was like, I literally started with no clients. I didn't take clients from the salon I was working at. I literally had none. And social media had only just started.
That's kind of the hard thing that I think people don't think about either is I bought my first salon in 2009. There was no Instagram. There was Facebook, but it was people were just learning they're like, why would I use this weird social app? This is so random. MySpace was pretty full on back then. But But there was no advertising like that. Like I remember leaving my job before that and then moving to the salon that I ended up buying, and they put an ad in the paper about me.
Yeah. That was the thing. That was like, yeah. I remember people used to leave salons and then you'd put an ad in the paper with them saying, like, look who works here now. And like that, like savage. That was
It,
savage.
it's so funny though, and it's like such a
Yeah.
but people would find you.
Yeah, they find you anyway. But now, yeah, that's how they find you. But now they like, you got to do a video to let everyone know why they're leaving. And
It's a
drama.
lot. It's a
It
lot.
is a lot.
And you show up a lot. Like you are on there all day, every day, doing the things, really funny content. If you guys want a good laugh, please go follow Lady in the Hair. It is so fucking funny.
I love making content. I don't know why. I just love it. Do you know, you might remember this. Do you remember Nickelodeon?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember I'm a Nick Kid?
Yes.
And they used to go around and be like, hi, my name's Prue and I'm a Nick Kid. I never was a Nick Kid, but I really wanted to be one. And that was the game I used to play when I was little. I used to go around and be like, so today I'm at my grandma's house. And like, So like I was built to make content.
You were like built like a content creator before it even started, before it even existed. She was just ahead of her time.
Mate, I was just waiting.
I think it's funny too, like you look back on the trajectory that your career has taken, and even mine, like I never knew I wanted to be a hairdresser. I actually don't even think I wanted to be a hairdresser. I just wanted to leave school. But then you look back on it and you're like, you can always see the signs along the way of why you've kind of gone into this career. Like I was a talker. All I did was talk. Can't imagine it, can you, a little chatty me child? But, you know, like you look back on all these like little cues that happened when you were younger, like you trying to be a Nick Kid. That's amazing.
I know. Yeah. I always wanted to be a hairdresser. I just thought hairdressers were so friggin' cool. Like Tabitha Coffey says, like she just thought they were rock stars. The first time I heard her say that, I thought to myself, that's exactly what I thought. I just thought that was so cool. I remember we used to go to this little salon near my primary school, and they all had like this matching set on. I made my mum buy me the set because I thought it was so cool. Like I was in fucking primary school.
I love that though.
I know.
Funny, you seem to be like always so quite sure of who you were. I feel like I didn't learn who I was until my late 20s. And I mean, we're always evolving and we're always changing and we're always, you know, becoming different versions and whatever. But I feel like you were one of the people that I've kind of like, you're kind of same, but different. Like you've just always been so sure of who you are. And I don't know.
Yeah, like, do you know what? I think I probably am. Like, I definitely am. And I definitely was at a young age. I probably just knew more so what I wanted more than who I was.
True. Yeah. And
that's probably what it was.
Guiding your efforts. Yeah.
I think now I'm more learning who I am.
Yeah.
From everything that sort of happened. I've been thrust into this situation that I had no choice. Like when you hit that low, you have no choice but to go, well, I can't stay here.
Well, on that, may as well just go there.
Yeah.
Everyone had a shit year in 2025, but I reckon you could pretty much take the cake.
Yeah, I think so.
And actually today on the recording of this is a 6-month anniversary for
it. It is. So today, 6 months ago, my partner passed away. It was traumatic. I won't go into how it happened and all of this, but like it was an accident and it was traumatic. But I think what happens is you sort of just, you go into shock. I've never lost anyone really before. I lost my grandparents. That's it. That's all I'd lost.
Oh, see, I've had death around me my whole life. I mean, the reason I'm getting really teary right now is because like it happened to you, and then it was like a week later, one of my other clients lost her like husband of 15 years or something. And I thought, fuck. And I actually get really upset about it because I have the love that you had, and I understand that this was your person. And I think about what my life would look like without Cam in it, and it rips me to shreds.
Yeah.
And I saw that in you, like watching you just have this beautiful relationship with this person. You just had this beautifully interdependent, totally in love with each other, obsessed with each other energy. It was so beautiful. And I know that feeling, and I just...
Yeah. We really were. And do you know what it was? Like, so we were only together for like 18 months. But in that time, we accomplished so much together. Yep. And he used to say to me, I can't believe how much we've done. I can't believe how much we've done. And like he would say, like, I'm just such a different person now that I'm with you. Like my life has taken on this, that, the other. And it wasn't until he left and I had to stand in his shoes And then I was like, oh, that's why he said these things to me. And he used to say things to me like, I don't know why he goes, but I just decided no matter what happens, I have to tell her the truth. Never any lies. So he told me some things that I really didn't even want to know, but lucky he did. Because like I had to go through his
Stop.
phone.
No, really, I take it back.
I'm so glad that he told me, because tell me, there's not many men that could die and then you can go through his phone and all you find is proof that everything he told you was true.
Because he was also really young. You guys are young. If you guys are listening and you're not actually watching Prue or you're not familiar with Prue, you guys are young.
Yeah,
People
so
like
we're 40. I just turned 40. He had turned 40 a couple of months before he passed away. He had kids quite young. So he's got 2 young girls. Well, not young girls, they're 18 and 20.
baby.
Yeah. And then he's got 2 boys. So 2 different mums, girl mum, boy mum.
Yep.
And the boys
Had
are
boys to one mum and girls to another.
Yeah, the mums are best friends.
Love that.
Yeah. It's they're all weird and wonderful.
Complicated Brady Bunch family, but we're here.
Yeah, mate. Like I'm like, what have you dragged me into?
Sister wives.
Yeah. But do you know what? Like everyone's done a really good job, I feel, coming out of it. Like everyone doesn't talk, but what I will say is now that the dust has settled just a tiny bit, I'm actually really proud of everybody. I really am, because it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy.
I'm proud of you. I mean, like I said, it took me about, and like I think you'd posted something or you messaged me, like, something happened, and I found out, and I was like, it took my breath away, because I just watched this relationship blossom. Obviously, we live across the country from each other, but I'd watched this relationship blossom, and then that all happened, and then I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then straight back at work, and then you take a breather from work, and then, you know, we know that grief is not linear, and you have days where you're fine, and well, never fine, but you have days where you're okay, and then you have days where you obviously just sink into a complete hole. And I just couldn't believe how much you still showed up. But then in the same way, I look at that and I'm like, well, anytime I've lost my friends or some people who've been really close to me, I almost work through my grief by keeping distracted and not really.
That's what I tried to do. That's what I tried to do. So at the start, I think what happened was my nervous system was just completely, it still is, it's completely fried. And that's my biggest struggle every single day is my nervous system, because it plays tricks on me all the time. At the start, it looked for connection, and I just felt really alone. And I had to deal with that, because I went from living in this house with him. We were building a house. We'd planned out, we'd built land. We'd designed all our plans for our house. And then all of a sudden he passes away. My kids went to their dad's and Joe's for a month. Bentley stayed with me, but the little kids went. I couldn't even handle it. And then his kids didn't want to come back to the house. Only one of them wanted to come back to the house, and 2 of them lived with us full time and 1 part time. And the one that wanted to stay with me, I don't want to say too much, but wasn't allowed to. So then everything sort of went downhill from there. But I decided to move. And because I couldn't stay in there anymore.
I wouldn't be able to stay in there either.
I couldn't. And do you know what? Like I had his son here for a couple of days. He just went home last night, right? I've got a room in my house and we call it the Brown Room, because that's their last name. And they just, whoever is going to sleep over sleeps over in that
family room. Yeah, the family bedroom.
Yeah, that's their room. So him and his friends come, and they're such beautiful kids. Like they just cook pancakes and they washed his car, and, you know, it's just fun. And my kids love to see them, and I just love having them around. But he and I were talking about one of the last nights before we moved out of the house, and I realized just how alone I was, because Bentley was with his dad. It was just me and him. And he usually is out all the time, right?
You have a house full of people.
Yeah, so it was literally just me in this, I call it the death house, just me in the death house, right? But at the same time, felt close to him there, and I'm not scared of him. Do you know what I mean? So if he's around, I'm cool with that. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing since Damien's passed that's changed for me is the way I view life. And the things that were important to me are no longer as important. My priorities have really changed. And I think as well, I'm still just struggling I find it hard to go to work, if I'm honest with you.
I would find it hard to be around people. I know even it's still loss, but different situation. I know even navigating pregnancy loss, and it feels like you've got to tell 45 people the same story over and over again. Or it's like, just anything like that, any change in your life, you've just got to kind of copy and paste the story. And especially in the capacity of a hair salon where you're seeing, multiple clients a day. And it's just like, that's killer. That's really hard.
It is. Do you know what? I've actually experienced that also. So I definitely can relate to that. I don't know your full experience. I'm not saying I know, but I can relate. I've done that before.
Loss is loss.
I was pregnant once and I was so excited. I told everyone, and then I was like, by the next time the clients come around, I had to be like, oh yeah, no, that. We're not doing that anymore. That didn't work out.
Yeah. I think I'm really blessed in the capacity I work in now. I only have 4 male clients. I think the rest of them are female. I think there's like 70 females or something like that. It's crazy. But I think most of them are mums, and even so, they're quite compassionate. And so for me, I'm just like, I just tell them what's going on and I keep them in the loop, because I'd rather be that than be this emotional blob that's got to cancel or something's got to go on. But I think that it's just like, you're so well known, especially in the area that you live in. Like, everybody knows Lady in Hair, everybody knows Prue, and everybody knew this relationship with him. And even though it was this whirlwind of a relationship, 18 months as you describe, I also had that with my husband. We met, we got married on our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And like, best relationship I've ever been in my entire life now, 3.5 4 years in, whatever it is, and I get that too.
So the other thing is, why everyone sort of knows about the relationship and this and that as well is because he was like chronically on the internet, one of those people, always on his phone, loved TikTok. Like, you'd scroll through and you'd find him in the comments saying
like
something.
Fucking match Prue.
Yeah.
Sounds like you found your exact male version of you.
Except he would like troll comments and say, but funny things. Yeah. He would say funny things. And he'd be like, oh, my comments got 10,000 likes. Like, he'd be so rapt. Yeah. So he loved it that if I would tag him in something, he'd be like, I've had 100 profile views. Like, he'd be rapt. Yeah.
So he followed the stats. He's a stats fan.
Yeah. So he loved it. Yeah. And like, he loved that. Like, I posted him and like people would message him like, oh, I saw your new girlfriend. Like, he thought he was so cool.
That's so nice.
It was cute.
Who only shares things that I post of you.
Yeah. So yeah, mine didn't share things, but he was happy to be in them. And he even said to me, he said, I can't believe how much my life has changed. He goes, I'm making TikToks now, because at nighttime I made him make that TikTok with his BMX bike.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
You guys were super present. I mean, that's why I felt like I was just right there for the ride with you. Like, I'm sure most of your viewers and most of your watchers do. I know you mentioned something in passing earlier too, just going back to like how things have changed for you. I know that you said you're like a lot more fiery now. You get a lot more angry.
Yes. Yeah. So grief changes you. Yeah. And
absolutely. Especially someone so close to you. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. So I get overstimulated and I get a bit angry. So like I lost my keys the other day and I was screaming, carrying on.
God.
And then
we need a recap on the keys story, because this is not the first time it happened.
No, it's not. So me and Damien went to the hair extension awards, and I'm sure I lost my keys at the hair extension awards. So then I just let the car sit there for ages because I had another car. So then when everything happened, I had to move. I had to pay $1,700 to get new keys. Whatever. I was never finding those keys.
That's
just
$1,700 for keys.
Yeah, well, I just had to do it again. I lost them again. So now I'm getting an e-tag, or whatever they're called.
Yes, smart.
I need one of those. I'm not putting up with it anymore. I can't live this life.
Smart. So I know you're a spiritual woo-woo queen. Mm-hmm. I see a psychic, Jackie Gillis. She's amazing. She's like the one that's on Real.
I need to go see her. I haven't seen her.
She names people. Do you know what she said to me? 8 months before. So Cam and my husband and I met when I was 21. We dated for about 5 minutes. We broke up. We never stayed in touch, but it was amicable and we just moved on with our lives and whatever. And 8 months before I met him, and I found this only when I moved last year, so we've been together 4 years now, but I found my notes that I took of her, and she said, next year, you're going to reconnect with someone from your past. And she said specifically, not childhood, early 20s. Their name is going to be Sam or Cam. And that's going to be the person you have the rest of your life with. And then I forgot about that because when you're in a psychic reading or something, you just kind of connect for that time, but then you don't really remember anything else. And then, I found it when I moved last year and I showed him. He's like, that's crazy that she called me Sam or Cam. Like, that is insane.
It's craziness.
She names people.
I need to go here.
You do. And she said to me that losing your keys is actually dead people fucking with you.
It wouldn't fucking surprise me. It wouldn't fucking surprise me. Okay. I'm going to tell you this story, but you have to kind of know.
People in your life hiding your keys from you to fuck around with you. And I was like,
yeah,
it would be
Damien
my
would do
asshole
that.
friends.
Damien would do that, I promise you. So Damien has a really sick sense of humor. At his funeral speech, I actually started it with what Damien taught me was that no joke is ever inappropriate and it's never too early to make a joke.
Good.
And he taught his kids that. And I used to be like, you're a bit tough on him. But to be honest, now that I've watched him go through the hardest thing they've ever gone through, he actually set them up really well.
Wow.
So I don't know, he loves South Park.
Love it.
Right. And there's this joke that he always used to say from South Park. And when he would say it, I would be like, it's a bit of a dad joke, mate. Like, I didn't even laugh, yeah? But now, at random times, I feel him put it in my head. And I'm like, okay, so you've worked out how to use your spiritual power and you're playing. It's
you need to say it now.
Okay. So, I don't know. It's a period joke.
It's good. Go for it.
So there was this, I don't know, some character, his mum left a bloody tampon in the toilet, and this character said, you shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy, right? So anytime I see a bloody tampon, I get his voice in my head that says, you shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. And I'm like, you're literally doing that to fuck with me, aren't you? You're using your spiritual power to do your stupid dad joke on me.
Do you know what? He's trying to break your state. He's trying to push you or shove you or make you laugh or take you out of a different space. And what a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's what he's like. I'm telling you. That's why I had to ring his daughter and be like, Dakota, Dad's fucking with me. He's doing shouldn't have done that. He did the boy. She's like, Prue, I think you're going crazy. I'm like, no, I'm telling you.
I fucking love that we just have the weird little quirks and things in a relationship that you're just like, oh, I could say that to one of the kids and they would get it immediately, but you someone else would be like, what the fuck is this bitch?
Yeah.
I love
sometimes, that. So sometimes I think, and this is going to sound stupid, but does he change my TikTok algorithm? Because I'm laying there and grief talk, at the very start. So depressed, so upset. Then all of a sudden, that Tammy from, she does mukbangs and she's like a hillbilly.
Oh, yeah.
She's chubby. She's so funny. He would have thought she was so funny. She kept popping up. That was the only thing that got me through the first couple of weeks is her because she was so funny.
And you just needed to get in the scroll hole and just go to another place.
And I'm like, I'm sure he sent her to my algorithm.
I feel like sometimes phones hear your thoughts. They obviously hear what you're talking about because as soon as I started talking about one of those couch in a boxes that I bought my husband the other week, then all of a sudden all I'm getting is ads for this. But then sometimes I think something and then next minute it comes up and I'm like, whoa.
I know. How do you know that? Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
How have you read my thoughts, you creep?
I know. Crazy.
It's
but
good.
Yeah, we were saying my grief has made me angry.
Yes.
I just crack it a lot.
Yeah.
And I can't do it. If you go on my TikTok, you can have a look. They said who's going to be the first to crack it at the Christmas week crack it. It was me. And then I'm like, guys, straight away, I'm so sorry, guys.
We used to call Christmas week Hell Week in the salon because it would be mental anyway. So the fact that you did crack, I'm with you. I'm there. Yeah. I understand. And I'm sure any service industry workers or business owners that are listening along will be like, we get it, sis. No shame there. That's really funny that it's changed you to be more angry as well. But
I'm working on that though.
It's okay. I'm
working on it. But yeah, so the salon sometimes just isn't the best environment for me because it's not even the having to talk about what's happened over and over and over because sometimes I find that therapeutic.
Yep. And
I say to my clients, I'm sorry for I'll just earbrush you for an hour and a half about me dead boyfriend. And they laugh, But it's more just the getting through the day, staying on time, not running late, checking in with the client, making sure they've had a good service, doing all that. I just don't have that in me to give at the minute.
Yeah.
Plus worry about the business and the staff and the this, and that we've run out of 6N, and how do I mix that up?
Yeah. And I mean, like, look, it's only been in the last couple of weeks that you've announced that you are completely stepping off the floor. And I'm so fucking happy to hear this, because managing your 400 children, dealing with grief, you've got 2 salons currently. I mean, I came off the floor when I had 1 salon and just my coaching business, and that was before I even added a barbershop in the mix. So I don't even know how you have managed to stay so hands-on with your businesses, because it's a lot and you have big teams. Your business is a beast.
I always say it's because I had a traumatic childhood. It prepared me for being a business owner.
We're resilient kids. We're resilient kids. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I think it is.
And we thrive in the chaos, right?
Yeah, you thrive in chaos because it doesn't feel normal unless it's chaotic.
Absolutely. So
I actually learned that being with Damien, because I was so used to, what do you mean? We just get along and everything's great. And if we have an argument, we just like talk about it. Why aren't we having big blowouts?
So when I first got together with Cam, picked a couple of fights with him when he first moved in, and I felt myself doing it. And I went and saw my therapist a bit more frequently than I normally do. And I said to her, I was like, I am fighting with this person that I love over ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Like innocent little things. And she's like, well, if you look at the most recent relationship you had, where I dated a full-blown narcissist, only person I date up here, it was a horrible person, always picking at you, always fighting with you, always prodding you, always poking you. And she's like, look at your marriage, look at your family relationships. This is how you communicate. So now you've got this person who's just like communicative and happy and cruisy and makes you feel good. And you're like, fight mode.
Yeah.
It's polarizing.
Yeah. But do you know what? I'm a big believer in therapy. I always have been. Same. I don't think there's any shame in therapy.
Absolutely not.
Even relationship therapy. I don't
agree.
think that. So Damien and I used to go to therapy, and we used to leave, and he'd be like, do you feel like he was proud of us? And I was like, I do. Like,
I think it's really funny, because I'm about this too. My family always had a lot of shame over me for wanting to go and speak to someone, but I've learned so much about myself and become a better person. And even in, one of the things that Cam and I feel like I'm talking a lot about my husband. I should be talking about yours, but, I feel like when Cam and I first got together, one of the things we spoke about, because we've both been married before, not for very long for either of us, and I said, well, we went to marriage counseling. He barely showed up, but I kept going, because I still wanted to learn and I still wanted to talk to someone. And I used to go in there and be like, I did this, this, and this. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Why am I doing this? And Cam was like, well, I was the same. I went, and although the marriage didn't work out, I feel like I'm a better person because of that therapy and that learning and having someone to mediate those conversations. And it's like, yeah, I just don't think there's any shame in it at all. I think anyone, especially in business, especially in relationship, especially if you have kids, fucking see a therapist. Let your shit out.
I agree. And especially now that there's extra trauma,
Absolutely.
there's lots of things I need to do. Therapy's not enough. I've clocked therapy.
Well, that's something else that's changed for you too. You're a bit of a breathwork queen.
Yes, I've started the breathwork. So what happened was I actually just saw it on TikTok, and I used to think, oh, this is so cool. I actually showed Damien, and he was like, whatever, Prue. It's a bit woo-woo for me. And then after Damien passed out a friend, and he was like, no, it's cool, you should do that. And then the girl who actually works there comes to the salon. So that kind of helped me like step over that boundary. I went, and it was phenomenal. Like,
amazing.
I've breathed twice now, but it's crazy. Have you ever done it?
I have. I've done Wim Hof, and one of my staff.
What's Wim Hof?
He was like the original breathwork. I don't think he's a very good person. I think it's all kind of come out later that he's a bit of a shit person. But
I'll Google that after this.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, literally. But one of my staff, Al, has a breathwork business. So she's ex-hairdresser, and she is insane. It has like,
is it 9D?
No, Revival Remedy. I think it's called something like that. Revival Remedy.
But I don't wonder if it's. Do they wear the headphones?
No, but
Okay.
she has given birth twice. This kids have slid on out in about 4 hours, and she hasn't had any pain relief or anything. She's like, I believe that I can get through everything with breath. And let me tell you, she is the calmest, most put together person I've ever met in my life, even with all the traumatic things that she's had going on. She's incredible. So I learn lots about it, and I hear lots about it.
Yeah. So I'm just learning. So the one that I've been doing is 9D breathwork, and there's lots of different journeys, but this journey is called Let It Go, and you do this different breath and it releases chemicals into your body which put you into like a different state.
Transient state.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's like, and honestly, it's going to sound crazy because people will be like, explain to me what it does.
I only have crazy people on this podcast. So
yeah, well, good then, because you've found the right person. But essentially you go into the spirit realm. You leave your body through your third eye. They were like, Prue, did you not hear us tell you to do this breath? And I was like, no, I did not hear you. I was not there.
It's so funny. I mean, like, I'm all about it. And yeah, the few times I've done it, I've gone into full-blown transient states. I've done something that's you'll love this. If you want a new type of therapy, I do sound therapy because it keeps my brain out. And so the first time you go, they run 3 separate tests. And it's basically they find what is the sound that puts you into a state. And so I did it and I like came out of it. I was like, oh, that was really quick. I thought you said it was going to be 20 minutes. And she's like, well, normally it is, but you can put yourself into a trance in about 3 minutes.
Oh my God.
And so she said to me, she goes, it comes from traumatic early childhood. She goes, a lot of really full-on, really chaotic people can almost pull themselves out of it, or they almost get, like when they're probed and prompted and they've got things going on in their head, they can tune out the noise really quickly. And she's like, I've never had a test run this quick. And I was like,
wow.
So basically you're telling me I'm crazy and I'll take it.
No, see, I saw that as I'm like clocking this breath work.
Power.
Winning.
I think whatever spirituality or whatever that you choose, you've just got to find the thing that works for you. I mean, some people meditate. I can't meditate. Some people do breath. I can do breath. I actually really love breath as well. And I think whatever you choose, you just got to find the thing that clocks for you and makes you calm down and makes you achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve out of that. So that's fucking awesome. I love that.
Yeah. At the minute, I feel like it can make me calm for maybe a day. But then what it does is it activates my nervous system.
Beautiful.
Because I have let out all of this energy that was trapped and stored in there. So it takes me a little while to come good. I have to like deregulate. Like I have to calm down a bit. But I'm learning how to do that. I'm learning how to ground and all this stuff. I've actually been going and helping them. So they will breathe like a room of like 40 people and I'll hold space for the people and stuff like that. I actually find that really healing too. I don't know why. I've always been a bit of a helper. So I love to go there and watch other people go through it and feel better.
I think watching, it sounds like you do actually get to watch other people, which is so cool. And definitely from a coaching space, I get to watch this too. Sometimes you can put people into a state so much their whole posture and body changes and their whole face changes. Everything changes just in this short period of time. And it's so cool to watch that you're just like, holy crap, like you did that, like you pulled yourself through this, or you just changed it. Like their posture gets different and their chest comes out and they just, it's awesome.
Do you know what? So I was there. I can remember what I felt like when I was going, and I was so nervous. I had really bad anxiety, couldn't breathe. And then, when I'm there to help, I watch these people come and they drive from all over Australia. Like they'll drive 4 to 6 hours to get there to do this breath work. And I can see it in them. They're nervous because I'm an empath, so I can pick up their feelings straight away.
If it's something new and unfamiliar and you feel like you're walking into a room full of people, you're just like, ooh. Yeah.
And plus, you don't know what this breath work is. You see these people crying on the internet and you're like, what am I signing up for? You know?
What a loser. What a loser. Just crying in this breath work class.
So, yeah, like seeing them come in like that, being able to calm them down and I'd be like, I promise you're going to be fine. And then watching them go through it and come out in this euphoric state, you're like, wow.
It's crazy.
This is amazing.
And I think that's like a really beautiful way to channel that anger, girl. Like I think it's a really beautiful way to just try and, you know, do what you're doing and still get up every day and do what you need to do. I think you're amazing.
Yeah.
I love that you've
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I know. We're always trying. Trying's all you can do.
Yeah.
But I want to just take a little bit of a left turn here. I want to talk about you as a business person because I think with everything that's happened in the last 6 months, so much of a focus has been on this huge, unbelievably painful loss that you've experienced. But you've maybe moved out of being boss lady Prue and into that persona a little bit, but you are a phenomenal fucking business owner.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
Thank
You
you.
own two massively thriving salons in the country. There was a
hmm
barbershop in there for a while. There was another salon in there for a while.
hmm
And you employ how many people now?
I reckon I've got about 25
That
at
is
the minute,
good.
but I need more.
Yeah, and you love it.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. I definitely do. I definitely do. I could never, I've got a business brain. Yeah. I look at everything from a business perspective. Yeah. Like I think once you are a business person, that happens. It's actually sickening. You can't enjoy life because you're
You
like, oh,
can't
I
turn
could
it
turn
off.
that into a
No,
business.
it's a total work-life blend. I did an episode on this like at the start, which was just literally like people are like, but how do you balance? I'm like, I don't. They
Yeah.
just mesh together. Like, there's
Yeah.
no
When you're an
balance.
entrepreneur, you can't. Yeah. That's
There's
just
no
what
swing.
it
It's
is.
just meshed together like this beautiful amalgamation of my life of business and my husband and my marriage and my dogs and my friends and work, 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 work,
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, my son knows if I say, hang on, I'm doing the pays, that's the one thing he knows. Leave her alone because you can't make a mistake with this one.
Especially when you're doing it for 25 fucking people, girlfriend. That is
Yeah, it's
huge.
stressful. Can be stressful. But yeah, like the businesses, there's so many moving parts, yeah. And you never have everything done. You've got to constantly keep going and changing and evolving. But that's what it is.
Really about pivoting and adapting. And I feel like that has become more clear in the last few years. I think hairdressers and beauty salon owners have had to pivot in so many different ways.
Yeah.
The
And it
industry
ain't
is
over
changing.
yet.
Clients are coming now every 12 weeks instead of every 5. Staff stick at a job for 18 months and they piss off and rent a chair somewhere. Even the fact that there is rent a chairs now, like that wasn't a thing when we started hairdressing 20 years ago. Like it's just so many shifts are happening and so many things are happening. And if you're not adapting and evolving, you're being left behind.
Yeah, it's so true. So true. And like lately, I've been thinking, so over the Christmas break, I was like, right, it's coming into the new year. I need to have a rebrand. I need to do something, not rebrand my business, rebrand myself. Yeah.
Yep.
So realign with my goals. And a lot of it was around my business because I know if I get back into my business a bit more mentally, it's going to be better for me. But I knew I needed to do the business side of it. So hence why I'm stepping away from the floor. Plus, I want to train my staff again, like that's something I find overstimulating, but I also find it so rewarding. Yeah, it's the one thing I'm super duper passionate about because I can only do one person's hair. But if I teach you all how to do it, you can do so much. And that gives you this career that you can keep forever. And I don't know, I feel good about that.
I agree with you. And I also feel like, and this is like no shade to people, but the terribly poorly trained hairdressers that are being churned out in the industry at the moment is quite alarming. I think there's so many salons that don't have time or they don't know how or they don't whatever. And I think training is so important. Like we used to do training every single Thursday, every single week, and sometimes we'd throw in a Monday as well. And it was so important. And I also want to make sure that no matter who my hairdressing clients see, they're getting that same level of service with every single person that they go to.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way it's got to be. Yeah. Like that's the way you got to set it up. But I think what the issue is within the industry is that it is so expensive to be a salon owner, especially if you're a luxury salon owner in terms of you're paying expensive wages, you've got expensive color, products, like you name it. Even the long foil is so expensive.
You will learn to use the 15-centimeter ones.
Yeah, I'm going around like, do you really need long foil for that? Because they're double the price.
Yeah. That is so. Well, I think it's funny that you talk about that too, because you obviously have two massive and absolutely beautiful looking salons, but you started in your garage with a couple of mirrors banged on the wall and a basin in the back. I think there's also, my first salon when I bought it had purple walls and lino floors. Like, let's go there. And none of the chairs match. So that was a vibe. But I think there's this thing now, even with the rise of social media, since we touched on that earlier, that everything has to be super aesthetic and super perfect. And these like $150,000 fit outs right from day dot. You can have that. You can have the beautiful salon. You can have all the things. But it doesn't need to start like that.
It doesn't. So I think like I was a bit ahead of my time in terms of the home salon because home salons had a really, really bad
They did.
it was, oh, I don't have a home salon. That's disgusting. And everyone
And if you
was
went
against
to a
them.
home salon, you were seen as a cheap client.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I did is my home was right on the main street. So I converted my garage and I spent 25K
I know you
converting
did.
my garage and everything like that. And so it looked like a real salon. It was a real salon. It was just
It
in my
was.
home. And I think that's why it worked, to be
I
fair.
love that. And like you had something like 6 staff in your home salon, is that right?
Yeah, by the end I did. We needed to get out of there. I
Like
was like, please.
elbowing each other.
I can remember the last day, just the air conditioner stopped working. We could only have one hairdryer going at the time because the power used to overflow. I was like, get me out of this. I need to be in my other salon.
What was the catalyst for moving or growing from Main Street Melton to then going into like a new bigger space?
So I think I always felt like a bit of a imposter, the home salon type of thing. And I just always wanted my own salon. But everyone used to be like, don't do it. You don't need to. Everything's fine. But I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Yeah. It was just, I had an itch that needed to be scratched. So I just did it. I just said to myself, you're going to build this business to the point where you have to move out of here.
And you
And
did.
I just did it.
How you had 6 people in that small room is baffling to me. And so then I met you when you were in your garage salon and it was awesome and it was beautiful to watch that upsize. And then what happened was you went to salon number 2 just to stow your stuff away.
Yeah, I opened up in Sunbury, which like having a second salon, it's good and bad. Yeah, because when one thing falls apart, it's just more problems. Yeah, I'm just delegating more problems. But
there's this delusion of like, oh, if I double the businesses, I'm doubling my profit. I'm like, you're doubling your costs and your problems.
yeah, yes, you are. Sometimes since Damien's passed away, I'm like, should I just move everyone back together?
Everyone into the same room.
Because I got enough problems. I could use a few less.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not ready to do that yet. But some days I'm close. Well, I have this joke, yeah. I've done this before, you'll love this. You know, when you have a bad day in business, I'm like, that's it, I've had enough. I've put them on Gumtree.
No, you had
enough. I put them on Gumtree for like 5 minutes and then someone messages me and I panic and take them off.
That is amazing. I actually tried to sell my first salon 3 times, or 2 times before I actually sold it years earlier when I was the same. I just had those days where I was like, I just want to burn the fucker down and never go back. You know, and I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad I pushed through because I made a lot more money out of it selling it when I did. And I left with it was a beautiful exit and it was peaceful and I sold because I was ready to sell. But yeah, I get it. I fucking get it. I think the thing that you got right, and that was like we worked so hard to get the structure right in your salons and we worked so hard to get the team right and you had everything flowing really well. And realistically, you had built the business to a point where it could work without you. And that's when you knew I'm ready to do number 2 now. And that's the bit that fuck up. I fucked up. The first time I bought a second salon, it was fucked up. The second time I bought a second salon, it was fucked up. The third time I got it right.
And do you know what? So many things that I learned from you, I still use. I still use them. Like the way we sell retail, like so many things. So I learned a lot of that from you. Yeah. I don't reckon I would be where I am if I didn't do your coaching. And that's the honest to God truth. I'm not even trying to blow smoke up your ass. That's the truth.
Thank you.
And same with Carissa.
Yeah. Carissa's
learned so much from that girl.
We love you.
Like we're the OGs, mate. Like,
oh, fucking G's. I know, literally. Isn't it funny? You know, like I've obviously gone on a completely different like marketing trajectory and all those sorts of things now too, but Carissa was so ahead of her time for back then as well. And then, you know, even for somebody who essentially, I mean, she's one of my really good friends now, but for someone who I essentially was kind of competing for her clients, I guess, in a weird way, like different things that we teach, but like I was going and working with her clients too. She fully supported me from day one. She had my back 100%. She's like, you need to go and do this. You would be amazing at this. I support you, like go. And it was the best. Her people tell her and it's the best.
Because you know why? She is like,
she's a girl's girl.
Yeah, she's a girl's girl. She knows that everybody can win.
Yep.
Just because if you're winning doesn't mean that I can't win.
Absolutely.
As a business owner, it's smart if you learn that quickly.
Absolutely.
Because
Community over competition, 100%.
Because even now, like I''ve got staff members that are going to leave and do their own thing.
Yep.
It's a stab in the heart. Yeah. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I've taught you everything I've taught you. And you know what? You've been smart enough to take it on. You've done the hard work. You've learnt it. Of course you want to go out for yourself. Who the hell am I to tell you that you shouldn't?
Oh, and we all left our jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a right way and there's a wrong way.
I hard believe with that too. I've got a beautiful staff member who's been with me 2 years, finishing up in 2 weeks, and it's cutting a hole in me. And she cried and I cried and everyone cried. It was just a very big emotional day. But I'm the same as that. And I also learned that I think our power when I had my salons and my barbershops is we trained amazing barbers and amazing hairdressers. Like we really owned the space in our area, which was very, very cool. There was no one else in Belmont that was even a blip in the radar. And but then once they'd sort of done their like year or two qualified with us, they're off on their own, they're renting a chair, they're doing their thing. And so we built great people, and we're so proud of all of them, you know?
Yeah, and I agree. Like, do you know who taught me a part of that as well is Tracy Hughes.
Yes.
She was like, people are like, oh, I don't want to train them in case they leave. And she's like, yeah, but
hairdressers when they're working for you.
Yeah, but she's like, what about if they stay? Yeah, because people are so scared to teach what they know because then they'll be able to take it and do it as well. Doesn't matter.
I mean, it's the same thing. There was clients Dr. Googling things like, you're never going to do it like I do it if I taught you how to do it. You know, you'll learn some things. There's also a lot of people. I've had lots of staff come back, which I fucking love too. But
I love it when they come back. I'm like, see, I'm not that bad, am I?
Tail between your legs, Joel. I think I forgot what I was going to say there. Of course, the train just derailed into another thing. But yeah, I think that you do need to train them well, and you need to have oh, that's what I was saying. Like, people are never going to do what you do as well as you do it because you did it first. You did it better. You know,
I hear you there.
Yeah, especially when you're like the Prime Minister of Melton. We love that.
The mayor. I'm the mayor.
the mayor of Melton.
Actually, so Damien always used to say he was the king of Werribee. And I used to say, well, that's funny because I'm the mayor of Melton. So, like, how did we find each other at this point?
Yep. We're just going to have to combine kingdoms.
Yeah, I told that story at his funeral as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because he also said we found our celebrity, like, you know, your celebrity couple.
Okay.
Ours was, you know, Dog and Beth.
Yes. Dog, the bounty hunter.
And because, like, you know, they're a little feral, but they love each other so much.
They're a little rough around the edges, but they are king and queen. That is so fucking funny. I love that so much. So many of our friends call us mum and dad, and I think it's really cute.
It is cute. I love that.
Yeah. Also, we're not out here pretending to be these polished, perfect, humans when we are absolutely not that.
Absolutely not, girlfriend.
No,
from Melton.
Yeah, I'm just a girl from Geelong. I get it.
Yeah, that's right.
So your kids, as well as businesses, as well as there's 9 kids. Now, Bentley is your big baby.
Yeah, so Bentley's my baby, gave birth to that one, had him in my belly and everything. And then when Bentley was probably about, it was 3 years ago, so however old that makes him, I found out that my cousins were in foster care. And they had been in there for 6 months and I didn't know. So I found out on Christmas Day and I was like,
how did you find out?
Their dad came to Christmas and told us. It's a whole thing. I can't really say too much because, like, I'm not allowed to, whatever. But essentially my cousins were in foster care. The department, they do the best job they can do, in all honesty.
Yep.
They've got a really hard job to do, but they didn't look for us. They were told there's no family and that was it. They didn't even try and look.
So there's been, I know a little bit about this because I know someone who has foster children as well. He has a family of 4 children and he took all of them. And he was explaining to me there's actually a lot of research to show that foster kids are better with like someone in their family, even if it's a distant family member. They're like I want to say more successful, but they're what's the word? Like it's a more positive experience for them.
Well, they'll be more connected.
Yes.
So essentially, it's called kinship care.
Yep.
So it's like foster care, but you're with the family.
Yep.
So the kids are under orders through the court, and the guardian of them is the government, and I'm their carer, essentially. But I had never met them. They were in foster care for 6 months, and they were taken away from their placement. They were almost about to turn 2 and just 3.
Cool.
I met their worker in a park. We drove halfway, we met in a park, and they had clothes that were too small for them on.
Oh.
The little girl was petrified. She kept dribbling. She vomited in my car. I learned later that was her stress thing.
That was a stress response, yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't shut up. I didn't realise then, but that was his special needs.
That was
Took us a while to get his diagnosis.
Cool.
But yeah, took him home, and they've been with me ever since. And we've been through some ups and downs, but we've grown together. We've become a family together.
Yeah.
They call me mum.
Of course.
They know that I'm not their tummy mummy, as we call it.
Tummy mummy, that's cute.
Yeah. And it's cute because so then when we moved in with Damien, and Damien's kids lived with us full time, so they would go and visit their mum. And John he'd clock it and he'd be like, have you got a tummy mummy as well? Yeah, he was right. Because
that's so cute.
Dakota was on the phone to her mum, and I had got out to get the coffees. And when I got back in, she goes to me, John just asked me if I had a tummy mummy as well.
How nice that like your weird motley crew of a family is like also connected in their own ways.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really cute. It's really cute. Like even, it's just hard to explain. It's like my stepson who is 9, I don't get to see him anymore. I get to talk to him sometimes here and there. But him and my son were best friends. Like those two have a soul connection. Yeah. We always say Damien and I fell in love, and then those two met, and then they're literally stepbrothers, the movie.
Well, you come as a package deal, you know, when you come with your kids, that's how it goes, right?
Yeah. And like the night Damien passed away, he actually told my son, like, he said, I love you. Like, I don't think you realize. No, Bentley, I need you to, I really love you. He was saying to him. So that was kind of cute. Me and Bentley loved that story. But yeah, it's just, it was one of those.
They say before death, a lot of people unconsciously know it's going to happen and almost feel a sense of doom or something, but they almost can be like over affectionate or make sure they get their last messages through. Even people who have heart attacks and things like that, like they have no way of knowing, but just somewhere in their unconscious body, that's why they know. And maybe that was something of why he said that to Bentley. Yeah,
it was really sweet because he's like, him and his kids say love you all the time, but I think with Bentley, he was really careful, not to overstep his boundaries and play his role correctly. And Bentley loved him. Like sometimes I feel like Bentley's embodied him a little bit. Since he's gone, he watches the same shows as him and just really cute little things like that, you know. But yeah,
had a really profound impact on all of you in his own way, and he's rubbed off on you all in your own way. And I think that's pretty special.
Yeah. And so back to my foster kids, I've got the 2, so they're my cousins.
Yep.
But then they're my cousins through their dad.
Yep.
So their mum had another baby, and she was going to come into the system straight away. So I put my hand up for that, even though she's not blood related to me, because at the time she is to them. And also at the time I was fully single when I said yes, when she first got pregnant. But then I met Damien while she was pregnant. So literally Damien and I were together and had an 8-day-old baby.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Nothing like a relationship test like that.
No. And like people, and we moved in together within 3 months. Yeah. So it would be like, oh, hi, this is my new girlfriend. Yeah, this is her newborn baby.
Yeah, there's people are trying to math it in their head. They're like, math ain't mathin'. Like, what?
So we were just like, we just used to say, we didn't say foster kids. We didn't say anything like that. He would just say, they're our kids.
Yeah.
And even now, even though she's so little, because she turns 2 in February.
Yeah.
Like I was laying in bed and I could hear her out in the lounge room, and there's a photo of me and him, and she's going, my mum and my dad. Just looking at the photo. So it's kind of cute. It's sad that she don't have him, but like and I say this to the kids, I say it's not often mums and dads don't get to choose their kids. Yeah. So it's even more special because your dad chose you. He said, I choose to love him. I choose him to be my son because he loved you that much.
Well, kids are clairvoyant as fuck, so I hope that he comes through for them.
Yeah. I wonder sometimes with her, the things she says, like, my dad. I'm like, is he here?
They're like, what? Maybe he is. Maybe he could be sitting in the room with you, but you just can't see him. You can feel him.
Yeah. I think he is.
How do you balance business and babies and everything?
I have a nanny. That helps.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So because I've got the foster kids, they give you like a foster care payment.
Yep.
And I run that like it's a little business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's things that the kids
fees.
need that I need to pay for. So I use that to pay their school fees. I send them to a really good school. Because of their special needs, I don't want to, like, I've been concerned. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I've never had kids with special needs before. So it's a whole learning curve for me. I've had to learn NDIS. I've had to learn medications.
It's a whole new hell, to be honest. I have friends who work in disability work and they're like, it is a whole hell. It's a thing.
Yeah. It's not been, look, I've learned a lot. I've learned, me and ChatGPT are good friends. Yeah. I've written letters to judges on ChatGPT, everything. But anyway.
ChatGPT is like the black and gold home brand of AI. I think you could upgrade that a little.
Do you know what? I think I might need to, because I don't think for someone that loves AI, like I call chat. Like I say to my friend, I asked Chat and Chat said, I should do it.
It's your friend. Like it's your
he's my friend. He's my friend.
Don't lean into him for therapy. Oh my God, that is so funny. I think that AI is very powerful when it's used the right way. I think it's a very cool tool that, especially in business, we can use really well. But that's crazy. I'm stoked to hear that you've got a nanny. I think it's incredible that you use your foster money, as you're meant to, which is meant to be for the expenses for the kids and to, help them get by and to put them in great schools. And I think you're amazing.
Thank you. But really? Yeah, so that's how I manage that, because without her, I couldn't do that. But also, I just know I can only do this at this time. I can do this at that time. I make sure I have respite. The kids go every Friday night to my ex-sister-in-law's house, and she's an approved carer. So she has them for the night, and, it gives me...
They go for a sleepover. That's wicked.
Yeah. And it also gives them another sense of community, another sense of family.
So there's people outside of you.
Because now that they're getting older, I can see their attachment wounds and things like that. And it doesn't matter. Like, it's funny though, could this thing with, is it born or bred, right? With Waverly, I've had her since 8 days old. And she is so much different to the other two. They've got a bit more wounds to work through, because they've had a few more years that have been more up and down. But being with me, they get to see their grandpa and they know that that's their grandpa, yeah? They love that. But yeah, it's really nice. It is nice for them to have that extra community family.
I think so too. It's funny, Waverly's experience being so different, even though her mother had seemed like, for lack of a better term, given her up, she's also come straight into a loving family from a week after she was on earth. And that's a completely different experience to those ones that came to you when they were older.
Exactly. And imagine being the youngest of 9.
The coddled, loved, spoiled
that girl gets whatever.
She
didn't walk for ages. I thought she was something wrong with her, but it was just because we would carry her everywhere. She didn't have to do anything. And she just goes like this,
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going to use my legs like a peasant. You can pick me up.
Exactly. That girl gets whatever she wants.
I fucking love that so much. I think that's awesome. And I love that you're just like, is there something wrong with her? You're like, oh no, she's just fucking lazy because she can't be.
We just carry her everywhere.
I love that too. And you dabble in a bit of hair education as well as kids, as well as business, as well as everything else.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Because I've run my business or my salons very apprentice heavy the whole time I've had them, I worked out how to train people. Yeah. So I worked out, okay, what am I doing that works? How do I do that? How do I get someone else to learn that? That sounds easy, but there's a lot of little bits and pieces that are involved in making that happen. So then I was like, okay, well, I can do this for other people. I don't need to just do this for my team. I can do this for other people. So I've started doing that now. I've been doing one-on-one education, and I've just launched my first hair extension education.
Yay!
So I've sold a few tickets for that. So I'm excited because, putting yourself out there the first time, you're like, is anyone going to come?
I remember, I think I launched with 3 or 4 coaching clients and members, and they basically signed up and I hadn't built anything. So then I had to build things. And then I remember I created like a short course, maybe like 6 months in, and you could buy one individually for $199, or you could buy all 6 for $9.99. And I remember somebody within the first hour paid the $9.99, and I remember being like, someone bought it. And I think I nearly cried because I was just like, oh my God, people believe in me. Like, people want to support me and people want to be a part of this. And I remember that feeling so much.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. And, also what I love about it is because I'm doing the hair extensions, I know how hair extensions can change a business. And not only that, how they can change a person, like a client. Yeah. So as a bald girly, I like to think I'm Homer Simpson if without these things. I mean,
your hair changes more than I change my underwear, to be fair, Joel. Like 1 minute you're short, then she's long, then she's free.
I know, but look at it. It's stunning. I just woke up and brushed this and put this back, why wouldn't you want to live like that?
Exactly.
So teaching people how to do that within their business, I love doing that. What I'm learning, because I'm new to this space, is about what do the people actually want? What do they want to learn? How do they want to learn it? What do they want to spend? Do they want to do look and learns? Do they want to do K-tips? Do they want to do this? So that's kind of where I'm at with that at the minute.
That's awesome though. And look, I was saying this to one of my friends the other day who's kind of entered the coaching world recently. And I was like, in the early stages, you kind of cater to everybody and you just take everybody and you're kind of learning as you go. And I also learned a lot from you guys, like from my clients. Like I remember you coming on and you'd ask me questions and I'd have to strategize it with you. So then I'm like, oh, that would be a great piece of content, or that would be a great piece of coursework, or that's, something you learn. But after a while, your niche becomes clear and you don't necessarily choose it. It's just what you're naturally good at. Those people will start finding you. And then you can kind of niche down. But I think it's important at the start to just be broad and just kind of call it all in and take everyone and build from there. And I think also, again, it comes back to that pivoting thing, right?
Yes, it does.
How far we've come since the day of hot glue gunning extensions into
my God, I know. Remember that?
Remember when you had the little bald patches?
Yeah, I know. Do you know, I remember the very first extensions that ever came out. My mum used to go to this salon and their hairdresser had extensions. She looked so good, but they were synthetic.
Oh, I remember them. And you had to put a sock over your hair straightener to get them straight.
Well, you probably. And they were the bonded ones, pre-bond, and like what we call K-tips these days, but who knows what it was. And
glue gun glue. I remember.
She was rocking it, let me tell you.
That is so fucking funny. I think it is so funny when you look back on the times of when all those things started. And when we were apprentices too, we were just made to, if short haircuts are in, my boss is cutting my hair off. If long hair's in, we're all having extensions. That was it.
I'm sometimes the girls are like, oh, I don't know how to do a dry off. And I'm like, bro, no one ever taught me how to do a dry off. I had to work that out myself.
And also drier hair. In rocket science, go.
Just use it, yeah. Just little things like that.
Yeah.
But, I try not to think about the generation like that, because I think
it probably makes you angry.
Well, yeah, it would these days. It would these days. I'd be like, wait till the hair's all dry.
Yeah.
Turning into that old angry boss. She's fine. Her boyfriend died. She was fine. Now she's angry.
Yeah, just look at her go. Just watching you unfold over there in your own way.
Leave her.
She'll come back around in the next little bit. I think
exactly.
Let's just say it's changing, and I think it's going to keep changing, and I don't know if that's necessarily going to be in the best way either.
Do you know, I feel like with the industry, what scares me is big salons are going to be a thing of the past soon.
Yeah.
And it's sad because
Or they're going to have to adapt fully into co-working or having a combination, which isn't everyone's cup of tea. I liked it. I didn't love it.
I don't like it, but I'd be willing to do it to keep the team members because A, I've invested in them. B, I like working with them. These are my people. I don't want to lose them. I like having them around. I want to retain those clients as well. But how the hell do we do it? How do we make it fair? Because say to someone, oh yeah, you can rent a chair here now, but do you do my clients? Do you not do my clients? How does that work? Then now Joe Blow wants to do it as well. And then next thing you know, they're all doing it. And then what happens to my business?
I think that it's one of those weird things to comprehend in business that is if you hire a staff member at $30 an hour, by the time you factor in long service leave, sick leave, annual leave, superannuation, factoring in time they're not at work that the business still has to be generating, all those things, you end up actually paying them a little over $60 an hour. And that's really hard for people to comprehend. Throw in work cover, shop expenses, like training and education, like everything else. It's not the same thing. And I think that's where people go, oh, well, I make you $3,000-4,000 a week and you only pay me $1,000. It's like, that's all there is to pay you, doll. I ain't driving around here in my 6 Lamborghinis. Like...
Yeah. I've had a few girls go off on their own and message me and be like, I get what you mean now.
And it's harder than what
this color is expensive.
Yeah.
Or, like I'll notice the content they post is just a lot of cut and blow waves, which is fine, but it's going to be hard to feed your family on cut and blow waves. Just lots of different things. And or all of a sudden I used to be like, you need to make social media. I need you to make social media. And all of a sudden now they make social media all the time.
Yeah, because they realize, I need to be constantly engaging. Otherwise I'm going to not have any new clients coming in.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and I also think that they see their full column and be like, oh, I'm turning over 5-6 grand a week. I can do this myself and take that 5-6 grand. Yeah, but are you going to have that many clients? Do you know what I do to get them?
Yeah. And also they're probably not your clients. They're clients that enjoy coming to the salon. They're just buying into ladies.
Yes. But the thing is, some of them will go and that's okay.
100%. We always just have a policy that our rule when we spoke earlier about, like staff leaving in the right way and leaving in the ethical way. If you're so great at your job and you're such an amazing hairdresser, you need to go and rebuild from the start. Because if you're great at what you do, you'll be able to rebuild. I also said to my staff when they left, I said, please let me contact the clients, and we would contact the clients, let them know that Prue's left or whoever. And then if they're like, yeah, that's cool, just put me in with blah, blah, or put me in with the next person, that's fine. But if they're like, oh, where did they go? We just tell them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to gatekeep them. I'm like, yeah, cool. Like Prue's gone to Lady in the Hair now, but our door's always open. If you ever want to come back, please come back and thank you for your business. And that was it.
But also the days of social media now, like they're going to find them anyway.
They're going to find them. Yeah.
It is what it is. And I've had that many staff leave over the years. Some like actively really try and take clients and then some not. But I'm still here. I still survive because I pivot.
Yep.
You do what you got to do.
Yep. We also found it was quite funny that, any staff that used to poach clients from our business, the clients would tend to go to them for like 3-4 appointments and then they'd come back because they're like, oh, it was a really shit salon. Or, oh, I didn't really like them that much. I actually realized it was that I liked coming here. And I'm like, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But look, we've covered 15 years of business, raising a bajillion kids and doing it predominantly single as well. Being a bio, being a foster mum, or what is it? Tummy mummy? I love
a tummy mummy. No, I'm not the tummy mummy.
You are to one.
Yeah, I'm Bentley's tummy mummy. And they're like, why are you Bentley's tummy mummy and not my tummy mummy? That's a little bit more, I can't explain that one.
A little bit more of a grown-up conversation. We've also talked about, your journey of grief and I guess still being on the journey of healing. I don't think you ever fully heal from something like that, but you definitely learn to live your life with it. What is next for Prue Taylor?
For me, I want to step back a bit and I want to work on being the CEO and leader of my business. I want to continue to train my apprentices and the hair community because I think that's a way I can give back and make sure that the industry stays knowledgeable. Yeah, that's important to me. On a personal level, using 2026 to focus on my healing because I need to be a whole person to be able to be the best mum that I can be to my kids. And I really want to step into that role more so, I really just want to be more present.
Beautiful. That's huge.
Yeah, those are my things.
I think that's amazing. And what is, I guess to finish this off today, what is your hot tip, piece of advice, words of wisdom for anybody listening in? Where we want to finish this today?
I would say don't listen to people's advice too much. Yeah. Don't, because so many times within my life and within my business, I have listened to people when I actually had a better idea, and it took me years and years to work it out. I took what they said. So I'll give you an example. 15 years ago, when I opened my salon in the garage, I wanted to make little videos and show the process of building the salon. And someone who had quite a few followers on Facebook at the time said to me, no, don't do that. You got to keep it all polished. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't. Yeah. Now, what I know, I should have been sharing all of that. Yeah.
People want to know the ins and outs of your life. They want to know the dirty details.
Yeah. So if I had known that, but that was me not trusting myself and following my own intuition. So follow your own intuition, follow your own advice. And if you make a mistake, who cares?
Yeah.
You know? Do you know how many I've made?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get comfortable with making mistakes.
Yeah. I think that's an incredible one. And I also I feel like all of the experts are people that have never done anything meaningful in their entire life. They just want to be controlling, or they just don't want you to
I don't know why they think they know better. And I don't know why I think I listened, but I don't need more.
I agree. And since you are such a content queen too, you are on Instagram as Lady in the Hair, HAIR, and Pruby, PRUBY.26, and also on TikTok under the same names pretty much. And go follow Prue. You are the realest, illest, funniest person I've ever seen in my life. I love just the raw dogging, ugly, random things that you post. Yeah. It's just the best.
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed.
Smile on your face and a bit of a laugh, and you're always having a good giggle about yourself.
Yeah, I leave my pride out the front of the salon when I walk in there.
Yeah, there ain't no shame in there. That's good.
No, there's no shame. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
That's okay. Thank you so much. It's so good to see your beautiful face. We don't get to see each other that much, but I'm really grateful. And I think I'm still so sorry for everything that happened last year, but I think you've just taken everything into stride and you're just moving forward. And I think that's fucking unreal.
Yeah, we're going to smash it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Caitlin.
No worries, babe.
All right. Bye.